Hey guys, this is Hetu and welcome back to etlqalabs. So in this video, we will look at some of the complex SQL interview questions that I have received from Prasad, and I have noted them, and then I thought that I will do a video so that it can benefit all of you, right? So these queries are, I would say, they are not really complex, but they need at least intermediate level of understanding on writing the query. And specifically, this most of them are actually related to the sub correlated query, basically, right? So as I explained you before, I think I'm not sure whether I have explained you about the correlated query, but if you still need any understanding, do let me know. I'll do a separate video on this. But I think I have already explained you the subquery, how it works, right? So subquery basically, the inner query will be executed first, then output of the inner query will be passed on to the outer query as an input, right? This is how the subqueries work, right? But in case of correlated queries or subqueries, what happens is the every inner query will need the output, means basically the input from the outer query as well, right? So both are very tightly coupled, which means actually both are dependent on each other, right? So we will see that what does it mean when we will try to solve these questions. Yeah, so let's try to attempt, guys. Yeah, the question one by one, and then we'll see how we progress, right? So the first question is the display department name having sum of employees salary is greater than 2500 and department count less than 10, right? So if you look at carefully, what we need is basically we need the department number or department name here, right? But we need to filter out based on the sum of the salary for that particular sum of the salary of all the employee in that particular department, okay? And also the count in that particular department, right? So the count should not be more than 10, it should be less than 10, and the salary, sum of the salary should be greater than 2500, which means we need basically two aggregate functions here. We need to apply two aggregate functions in order to solve these questions, right? So let me go back to SQL, and now I will show you one of the table that I have prepared it, okay? And I have put some reasonable amount of data, guys, okay? Order by, yeah. So employee table, and if you see that I have at least this 10 and this 20. So okay, let's try to do one thing, guys. Let's try to apply first. Let's try to find out the department. I don't have department name here, but I will find out department number and then sum of salary and count of employee. This is what we need, basically three things actually in the query, right? Sum of employee salary of that particular department number and the sum and the count of employee in that particular department number along with department number, right? So let's try to do it. So deputy number and then sum of salary and then count of employee from EMP, and then guys I have to say group by, right? Because we are using the aggregate functions, right? We have to aggregate based on, so group by based on what? Department number, right? Let's try to run what we get it here, right? You see, guys, we are getting the sum of salary. So for example, for department number 20, this is the sum of salary, total salary, right? For department number 10, for example, let me show you, okay? So for example, let's say department number 10. So we have three here, right? So 5,000, 5,004. So it should be 14,000, guys. 14,000 for department number 10. Let's see, it is coming or not. You see here, it's coming, right? And then count, guys, 3. So we are actually getting right thing. What we need to put is, now we need to put those filter conditions basically, right? So we need to put this filter condition in having clause, because to filter out the grouped data we need the having clause, right? Because this is working on the aggregate function. So it says that employee salary, sum of the employee salary should be greater than 2500 and count should be less than 10, okay? So what we will do it here, guys, let's see, okay? Now I have to use the having clause here, okay? Because actually we are using the aggregate function to filter out. So sum of salary should be greater than 2500, okay? And another condition, guys. What is the another condition? I want to say that count of 1 second, guys, and the count should be less than 10. It is given, I will say less than 4, okay? so that I will make sure that this is not coming, guys, okay, because less than 4 means this will be filtered out, okay. Let's try to see if we are getting everything, because here everything is more than, okay. So what I will not get is, I will filter this one, 60 will be filtered because sum of the salary is 2000, so this will also be filtered. And what else, this, so only two records will be filtered, 20 and department number 60 will be filtered out, okay. Let's see whether this is working, okay. So let's run it. Perfect, guys. So see, we are actually able to filter this one, right, 4, and the salary 2000, this also is filtered here, you see that. So this is how you have to basically solve this, right. So what I'm saying is, this, you look at, we have actually used two aggregate function in the same query, right, but our question is not this, guys. We don't want the sum of salary and count, right. What we need only department name. We don't want this columns, basically the sum and count, yeah. We are not bothered, we want only department number. So what I can do is, guys, I can just remove it, it will work. See, same thing. So we are actually able to get the department number. Guys, here it is saying the department name, but it's okay. We don't have department name in this particular, Otherwise, you can actually, if your department name, then you can also do the group by department name, right? That will also work actually, right? But here in our table, we do not have department name. That's why I have taken department number, right? Hope you are able to understand this. Yeah. So now let's try to attempt the second question. Write a query to display the list of employees having a salary greater than maximum defined for the respective job ID. Yeah. So what does it mean is, basically uh, get the list of employee, which means every detail of the employee table, every detail from the employee table, for which all the employees, for all those employees whose salary is more than maximum defined salary for that particular respective band. Okay. So I will show you what does it mean. Okay. Let me run it. All right. Okay. Let me say order by, guys. I think it will make sense. Order by band max. No, 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 no. I will say job band. Okay. So if you look at it here, guys, so this is band B1. Okay. For B1, these are the three employees for B1. Okay. What is the maximum salary that is in this band? Actually, there is another column that I've taken, band max salary. So it is 4,500. So what all the output I should be getting, basically I should be getting as per my query, right? As per my query, I need all those details, employee details, whose salary is greater than this maximum, which means here we have three employees, right? But salary for those, so the maximum is 4,500, right? So ideally I should be getting this and this, basically. This should not come because this is less than the maximum salary in that particular band or group, right? So I should get for department number 10, or I would say for job band B1, I should be getting only 5,000, and these two, basically 1 and 10. Okay. Similarly for other also, guys, right? Here for, let's say, B2, for B2 I have 2,500, 25,000, right, maximum. And so what I should be getting is, basically, which are more than, so in B2 I have this many, see, I have four employees. So I should be getting actually these two, 45,000, 45,000, because these 5,000 and 6,000 are lower than the maximum salary, right? So this is how what we are expecting is, right. So now how do we find out this, guys? Yeah. So here actually we will be using the correlated subquery. Let me try to write a query, then I will try to answer the questions. Okay. I will try to explain you how does it work. So what we need all the information. Basically select star from EMP. Okay. And then I will try to put a name alias as E1. Okay. Okay, just look at the query, and I will explain you later, guys. Right? Salary should be greater than. Okay, I'll explain it once I write this particular query. Okay, So I will say distinct. What is that, guys? The band, right? Band max salary from EMP E2. Okay, where E1 dot job band equal to E2 dot job underscore band. Okay, and order by job underscore band. All right. So what we are actually doing is we are actually finding. So this one actually will give you all the records, right? So what all the records will come, for whom the salary should be greater than this, right? Salary should be greater than this. So what it is going to give? See here we are actually using the correlated subquery here, guys. See the E1 which is outside here, right? Outer query is actually referenced here, right? The job band actually referenced here. So basically we are comparing the output of this particular E1, okay, from this particular table, and then output of this particular table means employee only, but this is the different instance, right? So we are actually trying to see that, job band um, should be equal to, and from the inner query to the outer query, and then after that we are actually trying to say order by job band, so that we can get a proper view, right? That's the reason we are ordering it here, right? Let's try to run it and we'll see that. Okay, guys, see, if you look at the output, what is happening is here it's 5,000, here also 5,000. For B1 we are getting these two, right? And which is expected. Here also we are explaining, we are actually showing you 4,500, which is this one is more, right? 4,500, 45,000. Here the maximum is 25, right? Here is 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and the right hand side the maximum band salary is lower than the salary here, right? And this is what exactly we need, right? Hope you understand, guys, right? So what exactly we have done it here is basically we have actually tried to take the band maximum salary for each of the employees. Okay, first of all, for each of the employees, and how we are considering that this is for each of the employee is where we are actually comparing the job band for, let's say, B1 and B1. So it is ensured that this particular band is coming for B1 only, let's say, for example, B1 for B1, and here also it is ensuring that salary is greater than this for B1, let's say, this condition, this query, right? And then maximum 4,500 will come, and it will, from outside we will just compare that which salary is more than 4,500 for B1. So here we are getting 5,000, right? So hopefully you are able to understand. This is this is related to uh, the correlated query. That's what I had explained you before, right? Let's, so if you're not able to understand, guys, at the first, try to try to solve it one or two more time. You will be definitely able to understand. Okay, now let's go to the third query. Write a query to display department wise maximum salary. I think this is very easy peasy. Yeah, why, guys? Because it's just simple one, right? Display the department wise maximum salary. So it's simple, right? So department number I will take, and maximum salary from EMP, group by what? Group by department number, right? So this is very easy. All right, guys. See that we are actually getting the maximum salary for each of the department here. Okay, let me say order by, guys. I think that will make more sense. Order by department number. So you see, for 10, 5,000, for 20, 4,000, for 45,000, 30, and something like that. So we are actually getting the maximum salary. This was easy one, right? Now the fourth question is a bit tricky. Why? Because write a query to display the department wise second maximum salary, right? What we have done it here, we have actually got the maximum salary. Basically, this is the maximum salary, but this is the second maximum salary, guys, right? So this is little tricky, and again we need to use a basically correlated query here, correlated subquery here, right? So what we have to do is we have to basically as per logic, what we have to get it, we have to find the maximum salary in the inner query, okay, first of all, for each of the department, maximum salary for each of the department. And outside query, what will happen is, in outside query, we will say that salary is less than that maximum salary that is inside, right? And that is how we will get that, okay? So let's try to solve these questions, okay? Now, actually, let me, okay, let me try now, okay? So I need the maximum salary only, okay? I need the maximum salary, okay? But let me also say department number also, okay? From EMP, I will say again E1, okay? I will put the alias name E1 where salary is less than, okay? So I need the maximum salary, okay? Maximum salary from this set, whatever we are getting. So, okay, let's try to write this query first and then we will see that later, okay? So maximum salary from EMP E2 where E1 dot DPT number equal to E2 dot DPT number, okay? Uh, group by group by DPT number. All right. Now, see guys, what will happen is basically in this query for each of the department number for let's say for 10 department number 10 for each of the department number I will get the maximum salary, okay? And when I get the maximum salary for each of the department number, my outer query says that I want the maximum salary. Again, I want the maximum salary from my original table where salary should be less than this one. I need the maximum salary, but this salary again should be less than this maximum salary. So maximum salary is uh, okay, already top one. So here it will come top, but outer query will be maximum, but it will be lesser than this maximum, which means the second highest, okay? But again guys, so this is what we are doing here. We are actually using the what we are using, we are using the aggregate function. So inside this is already where clause. So where clause is ending. Now I have to say group by department number, okay? Now this query should give me answer, okay? If let me show you basically whether it is giving the correct answer. MP order by department number, okay? So guys, let's see the department number here 10, right? So we have three records for here, right? So what should be basically for department number 10, what should be the second highest? Basically this one, right? Because 5000 is coming to, so this one should be coming. What about 20? For 20 we have 45, 45. So I should be getting basically this one 6000 basically, right? 6000, 5000 and 45,000, 45,000. So basically second highest one, the distinct one basically. That's the reason I have taken, I don't want that. I want the distinct one, right? So in that case, this will be coming actually 6000. Yeah, 6000 is the second one. So you see here 6000 for 20 and for 40 are we getting 3000 really? For 40 we have only two, right? But what is the second one? This is the first one, okay? So this is the second one, this is the top one, and this is the second highest only, okay? There are two only, right? Now look at 50. So for 50 we do not have second highest, we have only one, so that's why it is not coming into this my query only, okay? For 60 also same thing, okay? For 70 also same thing, and 90 also same thing, guys, okay? So I hope you are able to understand this, right? How we are actually solving it. So basically this inner query will give you the highest one, and then outer query again we are actually trying to find out the maximum. Uh, but that should be lesser than this minimum, right? So maximum in the table but less than the maximum. So this is how it is, okay? Now if if we need only department number or salary, okay, so we need, if we need only salary, yeah, I think we need department number and salary, guys, right? So that is how we have to do. Okay, so let's try to attempt other question. Department by second, yeah, so this is what we wanted and we are actually done with that. So this is also having use of correlated query, guys. Okay, this is correlated query, this is also correlated query, and we will see what about this. So write a query to display employee having employee id 1. Okay, so employee IDs are there in 101, 102, 103, but what we need is we need to display in this order, guys. Okay, so there is challenge, guys. Now let me show you. Okay, let me show you, try to understand it. Basically, let me take employee number here. Okay, employee number from EMP. Okay, uh, where employee number in, I'll just take 1 to 3, guys. Okay, this will be helpful. Okay, I don't want everything, I want, let's say, only 3. So what is happening, you see that this is actually displaying the order, how it is actually how it is available in the table, right? So for example, actually 2 is coming first, and then after that 3, and then 1 is coming at the here, right? So that's why it is actually following the order, display order, right? But what we need is, basically we need 1, and second one should be 3, and third one should be 2. This is what the order I need. So here 101, but I will say 1, 3 and 2. This is what the order I need for this one, right? So there is challenge now. Okay, so when I say order by here, order by, either it will display in ascending or descending order. Okay, so let's say if I say like this, it will actually by default in ascending order 1 to 3. Okay, if I use the order by clause, or if I say descending, then it will give you descending order 3 to 1. But there is no way that I can display 1, 3 and 2, something like that. Okay, 1 should come first and 3 and 2, right? This is what this question asks, right? So actually interviewer would like to understand, do you know any other way of doing this, right? So, guys, in order by clause, we can use something called a decode function. Yeah, decode function. That will be helpful. See, guys, there is another way also. You can try, okay? But that will also fail, okay? Using union, let's say. Okay, let me try to show you where e number equal to 1. Okay, union, because this will by default put into ascending order. Okay, again, let me show you. Okay, where okay, in number from EMP where e number equal to 3, let's say. Okay, and then again I'm saying union select e number from EMP where e number equal to 2. We expect 132, but it will not come here also. Let me show you. By default, the union basically will do arrange it in ascending order, yeah, by default. So this is what the feature of union also, right? Now we are also not able to solve it using the union. So as I said, we will use something called decode function here. Okay, so let me try to show you how the decode function work, right? And this is very important, the decode one. I think you should it should be very handy for you to use it. Okay, so I will say employee number from EMP, I want to use it, right? Where e number in, okay, I want 1 2 3. Okay, where, so I am actually able to filter out 1 2 3, but I have to say order by, guys. In order by clause, I have to use this decode function. So order by decode, what I have to do, employee number. Okay, this is the parameter for decode basically. Okay, so I need that particular column, okay, which we need to decode it, 1, and then I have to say what should be the value, 1. If it is 1, then I will say give the order number 1, means preference number 1. Okay, in the order. Okay, second, if the value is 3, then give the preference number 2. If value is 2, then give the order 3 to execute it. Okay, that's all. This is done, guys. This is how you can use the decode function. And let's try to run it. Bam. See, 132. This is how we can get it. There is another way to do the same thing, guys. Little lengthier way. Okay, so let me use the case statement here. Okay, so when I say case when employee number, this is the linear way. It's the same thing. Again, decode, right? Decode we have to write in very few words here, right? This is little linear. So if employee number is 1, then what I have to say? I have to say 1. Okay. Now when I say when employee number equal to 3, then 2, else 3, right? Which means if employee number 1 is coming, then that should be displayed first. And then what will happen is employee number 3 is coming, then that should get the priority number 2, and then else everything else will be 3, which means the employee number 2 will get the last one. Or you can also write like this. Okay, when employee number equal to 2, then 3, else null. Something like that also you can write, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Think my bad. Okay, let me. All right. 1 second. Else 3 end. I will have to say end. All right. So you see here 1 3 2. This is another way of doing it. Yeah. So guys, these are the 5 questions that I wanted to attempt it, and I think these are really good question because the last one actually will show you how expertise you are having into case statement and also the decode statement, right? And I think this is little tricky because we are actually using the case statement or decode in the select statement, but here we have used in order by clause. Yeah. So this, for many of you, this might be the first time that you are seeing that, order wise also we can use the decode statement, right? Or the case statement. Okay. So this is what, guys, for all these 5 questions. I think these are really important questions, and this is the another level, right? So some people wanted some complex question. I think these are the good one, okay, for you to solve it. And not only these questions, try to solve the similar type of questions, okay? Try to think about it, okay? What kind of scenarios that interviewers might ask, etc., right? Here maybe you can also take some more aggregate functions, let's say average also, and then try to the filter around, and or all those kind of combinations you can try, guys. Yeah. So that's all for this video, guys, and I think it's really very important that you develop good understanding around SQL because in any kind of interviews, I think SQL is the first thing that interviewer would like to check your skills on, and then only he will actually proceed for ETL testing or any kind of other skills like Linux or maybe the Python, etc. But SQL is the core for any ETL tester, guys, because in all the transformations also we are using the SQL query only, right? Most of the places, right? So that's the reason I think it's very important for you to develop. And I have done a very detailed, sessions and videos for SQL. I think that is from the very basic, from ABC, I will say ABCD. You can actually develop whole understanding around the SQL, right? So please, I will suggest that you go and watch them and try to follow. You do the practice, guys. Then once you do the practice, I think it will come very handy to you, right? So that's all, yeah, for this video. And yeah, one more request, guys. If you have, if you think that these questions are really good and adding some good knowledge to your, skills, then I think as a token of appreciation, you should subscribe my channel and also share with your friends, right? So that they also can get benefit, right? So that's all for this video, and I'll see you soon with the next video. Until then, happy learning. God bless you. Bye.